Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Um, we are on a little late today. What happened was I spotted weakness breakdown on MNQ. My risk, I think it's about 100, no, $350 to make about 1,100 or so. I think it'll be a little bit over 1,000, but we can fall 100 points to 180. Um, my logic is that over we go higher time frame on the 1 hour, buying has been happening. We made our low of the day here. Price is just extending. We're at our high of the day right above here. And especially with this weakness, this weakness right here from the high of the day, we tried to retest it and kind of failed here. So I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen at the open. Maybe we'll get a push back up in here and a failure, and then it'll continue lower. Um, what I'm looking at though on the 15, we do have this demand candle here, so I may have to possibly exit this position. About if it, depending on if it falls into this demand and reacts. So I'm just going to be really mindful of that because we are bullish and shorts may be short term. So I want to be careful. But I got it at least just in case we blow through this demand. What I'll do is I will trail my risk. So what it'll be is the up candle. So the last up candle before this push down would be this one. This is the one I would technically be playing as far as risk. So I may be able to move my risk down, maybe even to break even, just in case if we get a nice order flow, a flush to the downside, getting us too close to our target. But we got to be mindful that this is a demand candle here and it may react. So I am going to protect myself in my position based on that. So we do have a position on um we do have a position that's on oops, let's turn this off. Yeah, we do have a position on Nash too, that we're looking pretty nice on. Um yeah, we're in a nice little trade here. So um we'll just see again. Um and as it is too early, the open just happened. So we're at the open right here. So New York Stock Exchange open. We'll just kind of see, you know. Not really gonna pay attention much to. We did get a little fast push down to 24.2, but I'm really gonna be having my eyes glued to these two. Because it's higher time frame. If we go back to the we go back to the 1 hour here. Again, we have a demand candle here on the 1 hour too. So it just depends. Depends if we can flush lower. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Some nice volume here, bearish volume here. See if we can continue with that volume to the downside. See if we have those traders from the overnight session continuing to load off some of those positions. I do like this nice wick here on that 1 minute, that closure, that wick on that 1 minute closure. Yep. I'm gonna look at to see how this first 5 minute candle closes right here. Yeah, just relax, man. Just let it play. I'll switch it soon. You'll get a chance to watch what you want to watch. But I don't like your attitude right now. You just got up and you already being cranky. Okay, well you have to wait, right, for your turn. Now, if you continue to act like that, then I'm gonna continue to let her watch what she wants to watch. You just need to be mindful, okay? All right, so we are getting some strength here. So especially with this wick. Now we did close on this 15-minute. I mean, because technically we had a high, low, high. It's technically would it be this would be this low. We do get this 15-minute to close lower than the previous bearish candle. So this could just be a retest of these highs here. So we do have a higher day here. But I'm gonna just keep my position where it is. And we're just gonna see what happens. We got a minute left here in this 5-minute candle. Now, if you already had a position on, you could have maybe, know, threw another uh, position on here, maybe added another buy as price was trying to push a little higher. But do you like this weakness that we see? Looking at the 15 here, looking pretty weak here. Looking at the 5, looking pretty weak. And then with that wick on that 1, I think we can go lower. This week, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at here. Okay, so we get a first 5-minute bearish close with a rejection wick. All right, so we get a 5-minute bearish close. See if we can continue lower here. So again, my target is 2180. And then on the CFD position, the target is 199780. So that'll be about 100 points on both CFD and futures as well. Getting another little push here in this area. Let's see. All right, so we're getting a little push here in this area. Um, let's see what we got here. And then my risk is here, because we're so close to the high of day. I wanted to give myself a little bit of room. But again, I don't know. Well, it looks like let's see what we get here. Okay, so new high of day would be here. We may put a new high of day. I'm gonna keep my risk where it is. If it wants to go higher, then I'll just let it do what it does. Really thought I had a position here, but especially on the five, streaming down in this area, breaking this low and closing lower than this low. But again, we are bullish overall, like on the day. So I'm just gonna let it. I'm just gonna let it. Let me just make sure. Should have protect myself here. So I made sure I had a stop on my live account. I didn't have one at first, so I gotta put a 20-point stop on my live. So we'll see. All right. So I don't like this 5 minute freaking 5 minute candle, especially high like stream higher like this with all this volume. So, but again, I took the position. I'm gonna keep it on. I'm not gonna manually stop, manually close my trade. I'm gonna let the trade play out, see what we're gonna get here. But I do not like this candle here with this volume. So so we'll see. So we get a 5 minute bearish closure with rejection wick at the 9:30. I'm just refining my notes here. 9:35. Where's my 9:35 candle? So this is not. Hold on. Yeah, 9:35. There's a baby covered on that. 5 candle. It's engulfing, so I'll call it an engulfing candle. 5 minute engulfing candle. Okay. Volume. HOD. Already jumping this earlier. Another thing that I'm noticing too, it could just possibly be, look, especially location and timing. I did take this trade pre-market, so this was 9:15, about 9:15. I took this trade. So, but again, for this 5 minute, this golfing candle like this, making a new high day, well, with this wick, this just depends on what we get in this next 5 minute. It could literally, get this 5 minute engulfing and boom, pull right back below the open, and then boom, it could take off. So I'm just being very, but as I'm looking at the 15-minute candle, we do get a rejection, right? This nice rejection wick. Uh, and it just depends on if we're going to close on the next minute or we're going to close higher than that last. So we technically made a high of day with that wick. However, we didn't really close above that previous high of day. So that's the main thing. We want to see a candle closure higher than a high of day. But if we continue to see this weakness, right? We get a closure, like a bearish closure, and then we get another bearish closure, then I would say that we're gonna be heading to our target. But again, just want to stay calm here, don't want to overanalyze. Um, yeah, just want to kind of just look at price action, see what it's doing, see what we're doing on the higher time frames on the 15. Um, 40. Oh, whoa. Do we have news today? Uh-oh. Hold up. I didn't like that. Um, I should check this. I did not like that unless it's just because it's an flash manufacturing. God dog it. Okay. Oh, we still got it. We still got our risk. Yeah. I should have checked that. Oh, rookie mistake. Oh, have mercy. Well, we do get this closure. This 15-minute, well, this 5 minute closure here like that. So maybe we continue loaded. Golly, but y'all see that? All right. Well, all right, day here. If we can still see some weakness. Dang, man. I wish I would have. All right, check for X Factor. Let me write that in my notes. Check for news, man. Oh my gosh. Check for news. Alice, what's up, brother? All right, go ahead. Jack, can you give her a napkin? Give her a napkin so she can wipe her hands. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Daddy duties. All right. So, uh, So my stop got filled on Nas. Oh my gosh, bro. Freak. It looks like it's gonna get stopped out. We're gonna get stopped out here on I really thought I had a freaking trade, but uh so I'm not taking another position on my Nas account. So that's a 20 point 20 loss today on Nas. So I'm just gonna say okay, and that's it on my live account. I don't do anything stupid. Did not account for news today, so that will be if we do lose this position, I'll just say, maybe just higher time frame, or just overall trend. I really thought that we would get some selling, especially because we've just been streaming higher. Um, and then when that candle closed, we are like 600 in profit with that candle closing like that. I was like, oh, okay, maybe we'll get, some more weakness, but um, yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna move my higher day here. I am thankful and grateful to trade that I get the opportunity to trade, and God is always good regardless of wins or losses. So I'll be right back. I'll go back to eat. It's right.
Right, Laura? Yes. Cause one sister have two sisters, MIT. I love you.
All right, so took a loss on our futures and our
Half my cake.
um as CFD. I guess maybe on the one, I don't know. Maybe just a shift here and trade back into this demand candle too. Just that we've just been streaming all day. So really thought we could at least get some shorts in, especially like before we had this candle print, especially how we closed lower than this low. It just doesn't make sense to me, like at all. It doesn't make any sense. So I was just sitting here and wait. I don't even know if we're gonna get one. I mean, um, make the next stop if we do get a sell, maybe in possible weakness. Um, the supply here. I'm going to put you for another snap because I didn't finish our breakfast with the rest of the snap. So snap.
This is school? This is school, Daddy?
So, looking at some weakness right now. Um, and it ain't nothing crazy.
Mom, did you sausage?
Uh, time is now 10 o'clock. I'm just not comfortable taking this, especially with higher time frame. There's a supply here. We are bullish, right? Ever since the start of the day. So can you try it again. Set my stop at a higher day. 23, 339.25. Sell limit on here. Oh, this is already on the board. All right. So I need a pylon in order. 16. Cat, stop screaming. You scream again, you go into your room. All right, so reason for this short. All right, with this high day, and we get this three uh bearish candle movement, right? I want to say it's control I. How you do it? Or is it shift I? Oh, I don't know how do you invert your chart? I'm trying to invert my chart to kind of show you what I'm doing. Do you get a nice bearish print on the one here? Trying to get back to this open. Oh, it's all I. All right, so this is just upside down, but technically, would you see we make this low? But technically, if I was looking for a buy, it would be this low. We get this price expansion up, which is a shift, and we get this play back into this area, and this is where I ideally would have wanted to short, but didn't take a really good entry. So, but this is basically how it will look as far as the right side of the V. Hello? Yes, yes. Nope. I don't know who that was. Probably an insurance agent. I had this highlighted because this was my signal. I'm assuming, like, especially with this lot of this volume, this was my signal for this morning. If I wanted to get into buys, where we had this price expansion up again, pushing up, closing, and then getting that retracement here. But again, we had news, so I don't know if that would have been a smart play to play. Um, with 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 news, just happening right then and there. So but yeah, I'm gonna keep my risk where it is, which is at the high of day. If it works out, then praise God. If it doesn't, praise God. So just trying to stay together emotionally, just not trying to be over emotional, regardless of losses or wins. Really trying to train my psyche, hey, if a position doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. That's just part of the game of trading. I think that's a lot of times where we mess up as traders. Uh, just allowing our emotions to get the best of us. So, um, So yeah, that's I think that's the biggest thing. Just allowing your emotions to, be clear, be free. Like we are human. We do get upset when we lose, especially when it deals with money. A lot of us are really attached to money, and that's kind of like where I am, where I'm trying to be a little bit more detached from like the P&L, more so just playing setups. Um, and let me see, 315. What's 315? Seven. Do this. T minus 70. Two 45. It could actually be two. I'm adjusting my target because, and this again, this could be, yeah, this could be just a bounce off of this like this last down candle for this position, this push up. So so what I did was, even though I guess with my target being this point of interest, I want to see if I can at least push lower to get me that 70 points. The 70 points would be 245. I want to see if we can flush from this area. Possibly, maybe we made our high today. Price doesn't want to continue to go higher. We get a retracement, down in this area on the higher time frame. This is a four. Should have 15 of that. So, but we'll see. Do like this ejection width from 2300. But let's just see if we can stay lower, 2300, and continue pushing lower. But again, we don't made a higher high, so I could be just be on the wrong side of this trade. But I did like it based off of this three candle movement here. Put it shorted back in this area rather than here. So I should have been a little bit more patient. So, well, regardless of what result is, it is what it is. I took my two shots today. Um, Obviously not happy, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah. Yeah, based on this wick on a 15, no chance we go low. So this doesn't just close higher with the wick. I'm just gonna listen to my intuition and just take the loss. Don't like the position. Take the $72 loss on that one. I risk that much. So today, just so you can see, lost about $438.40 on our evaluation. Um, we were up about 2 grand, as you can see. Uh, it's all good. It is what it is. I don't think it was anything wrong. I think this execution was lackluster. Um, However, I do understand that if I'm being honest with myself, we are bullish on the day. I just like I think for me, and this is me being transparent here, when markets are prevailing, like I'm that contrarian trader. Like I'm like, bro, you wake up in the morning and then like I literally dread seeing like price moves 300 points overnight. Like the heck, like what the heck is going on? Do you look at the news like today, Trump holding off tariff, maybe, holding back on tariffs. And that was the narrative in the market. However, it's just like, dog, it's like, it gets tough for me because it's like, all right, we're just keep over and expanding, over and expanding. We're up 300, 400 points on the day. There has to be some form of sell, right? Um, and yeah, that's my issue. So, um, but yeah, took our loss today, and it is what it is. So, have a good one. I'm off the charts today. Um, that's it for today. It's 10:17. Not much here, honestly. Maybe if I, been on the opposite side, maybe take this buy here from this demand, but I'm not even gonna make up narratives in my head about what I should have could have did. I probably just look at I think if I had to if I wanted to be a pull something as a learning point, if you take a look here, like this at this point, this was the high of day. I think it was a decent short, especially with pricing just expanding. However, on the 5 minute, when I did see eventually when market opened, we get this lower closure and we close lower than this low. I did expect this expansion candle to go at least back to my entry and then fall like kind of like it did. And I was expecting price to go lower. However, I did not take into account news. And I'm just gonna was it Forex Factory? Yeah, Forex Factory. I'm just gonna pull this over here. At 9:45, we had Flash Manufacturing PMI and then Flash Services PMI. So again, that's why we saw that big spike earlier in the video. And when we but again, this is this 5 minute signal that we look for. Like yes, we're below, we're bearish. I mean bullish. I'm sorry, we're very bullish. We do go below the open, we dip below the open. So maybe get into you can get into a buy once it close and you get a candle closure here. Again, that's not really that telling. Again, it's very risky. Because if you enter in a buy here, you just got to figure out where you're gonna put your risk. I mean, this is too tight. Maybe you put it here at this last bearish candle before this price movement up, which is usually where you want to trail your trades. So once you get this expansion up, you want to trail your trades at the last bearish candle. Either the high, you can use the high, open, close, either one of those. So, um, we get this 5 minute expansion. We do dip back below. All right, let me show you how it looks on the one. So we talked about that right side of the V. Well, here we go. We get our low, we get our high, low. There's the low that's set. We get an expansion up. We push back down into what? Last down candle before the 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 4 green candles. We push down into that last bearish candle where the low was set. technically. And we're looking at from where the session opened at, right? It's not the low of the day, but at the low is set. We get our signal low, high, low, get our low here. I wasn't because I was so fixated on sales, I didn't see this. And then we drop back in here and then boom. So let's just say if I got somewhere in here, this is probably the most opportune entry. Let's say if they feel that's, and then that's just depending on if they filled us in the area. Oh, that's 10-point risk. All right. Again, this is if we trade to the, we'll say, let's just say 70 points because that's technically what you really want to get out of the market. 70 points is way more than enough. So, yeah. So there you go. I think this was the trade of the morning. Like expansion, push down, boom. So, all right. So, that's it for today. It's Chad with Bulltera Capital Markets. Hope you guys had a very successful trading day. However, I did not, but my losses don't define my progress and my journey. They're just learning points and lessons that I need to learn for myself so that I can become a better trader. And that's the same thing for you. So keep trading, keep staying on top. It's all good. It's all gravy. Let's get it. Peace.